So yes, as the title says, I bought myself an iPod this year, for Christmas. That was something that was really exciting to me. I've like because I like a few weeks ago went through my or like a month ago, I don't remember when it was. I went through my little iPod Nano, and I just remember like how exciting it was when I got an iPod Nano for Christmas back in the day, when I was really young in like elementary school, and it was just like so exciting to get that and just like have my music. And I just been really excited about like digital music again. I've been wanting to like get a solid like library of like digital music again on my phone or on my iPod, to just like have something to like listen to digital music on and still be able to like buy music and support the artists and stuff, and without having to get a bunch of like records or CDs or something. As I just feel like I really have a solid collection of stuff right now that I really like, and I feel really happy with it. And um, I'm gonna start going through my collection of my physical music again, because it's like really in the place where I want it to be finally, and I just don't really feel like buying anything else anymore. I really like where it is. It's like perfect, and so I'm just gonna do those videos over again, and that's news for another time. But just so you know, if you're interested in my physical music collection, I'm planning in the new year to start doing that again. But this is kind of like starting that out to an extent, I guess. Because I'm going to show this is part of my music collection. Is the digital music that I have as well, and that I got to compile on this iPod here. But this is a sixth generation iPod Touch, and I actually have my old second generation iPod Touch that I might do a video on as well. And I was like, oh, like I could use that one and like upload my music to it, but that one's just like kind of like a time capsule to me now, like kind of like my iPod Nano. It's just like I want those to stay how they are. What's on it is on it, and just like something I can go back to occasionally and just like listen to music on that from that time. And it's just like cool. Just like having stuff like that. And it's like a time capsule, I guess. And this will kind of be a time capsule for me as well for this time in my life. And it's really cool. I got this like refurbished, kind of used online. It's just like this like space gray, and I think it's pretty cool. It's really solid looking, and I like it. It's very sleek. I just like being able to like. It's so much better than having my phone like in my pocket. It's like so much smaller and like more thin and stuff. And it's just so nice. I really like the size of it. It's like perfectly sized. I really like it, and ended up getting like some of these like little like basic like noise canceling headphone like earbuds, and I've really been liking using these for listening to this, and it's just really solid. I've really been enjoying having this, but um, I just really missed having my iPod Touch, and it's just like it's been really exciting to me to have this. I've just been listening to it all the time. I haven't really been streaming at all. Just been listening to music that's on my iPod, and it's just it's just so exciting to me. I just really love having this, and it was like such a great gift to myself, and I've just been so excited about it. And but I wanted to do like I did in my iPod Nano video, and kind of just like turn the camera around here, and we can just like go through this together, and I'll show you just like the music I have on it. I probably won't play any music again this time, but just want to kind of show you my collection, I guess, of my music on here. So that'll be a fun little video to make, and I'm looking forward to it. I've just been so excited about it recently, and it's just the time of year for the stuff like this. I always love getting gadgets like this at Christmas, so it was nice to treat myself and give myself a little something. And so yeah, let's go ahead and turn around, and I'll show you what music I have on this thing, and we'll talk about it. All right, so here we have it, the iPod Touch 6th generation. As you can see, I have my screen protected. My screen lock screen here is the Scream. Just like that. I just like that painting a lot. And I just have the basic black background on here, but I don't really have anything on here. It's just basically just music, and I have this like one Stoku app, and there's like a few pictures on here. Just like my girlfriend taking pictures of herself and stuff, and I love I love having that on here. I took like a picture of like the sunset or something on here too, and like a picture of myself. So it's just kind of fun. But I don't even have like the Bluetooth, and like the Wi-Fi is just like turned off on this thing. But this thing is just it's like such a nice little sleek design. I just really love it. And I think it's like iOS like 12 something, and that's as far as it could go. So I wish I could have gotten dark mode on here, but it is what it is. But let's hop right into the music app, and start here with my albums. There's all just a bunch of albums on here, and just starting at B here, as we can see, we've got Bed Sore, Dreaming the Strife for Love, the one of my favorite metal albums of this past year of 2024, and so it was really exciting. I'm sorry, Bowie's like driving me fucking crazy at the door right now. She's just like trying to break the door down and shit, but it's just what she does sometimes. But then we have this other like kind of compilation here by a band called Beyond the Ninth Wave. There's like there's stuff from 2003, 2009, and this is pretty solid. It's like depressive suicidal black metal DSBM, but it's very Burzum like worship kind of. But I really like that, so it's pretty cool sound. I like the vocals in it. Um, Next we have some Billy Woods here, and Billy Woods and Kenny Siegel, and just like maps that came out last year, and then History of Absolve Us from like 2011, and then the other Hiding Places from 2019. Really like Billy Woods, and it was just some digital downloads I already had from Backwoods Studios. And next we have Borge Canada. Just had that Borge Canada on here. Got Geo Gaddy, the In a Beautiful Place EP, and Music Has a Right to Children. Just really love to have those on here. I just love Border Canada, and it's always nice to be able to just listen to them. And yeah, just had to have those on here. I have to have the chance to always be able to listen to them. Then we have some Breaking Benjamin here, the newer Breaking Benjamin albums, the latest like proper studio albums that came out. I've really been enjoying them, and they're just so fun, and I just really like them. I think Dark Before Dawn came out in like 2015, and then Ember came out in 2018. I think they might release something like in the next like year or two, honestly. So that would be exciting for me. I'm just like such a sucker for Breaking Benjamin. I just really like their music, and it just reminds me of when I was a kid, and like all their stuff like like has that same sound, but I just love the sound so much. So it's just really cool, and just really been enjoying listening to these a lot recently, and just like brings me back to when I was a kid. And that was kind of like another thing I kind of wanted to go on like with my music library on here, was just that just to go back like and like for artists that I've known, but I want to dig more into their discographies, and I've been getting into like more stuff that I didn't really listen to when I first got into them back in the day and stuff. So that's been one of them. And here's another instance of that is I have these two Burzum albums that I never really listened to too much, but I've really been into them recently too, and I just really love his early stuff, obviously, but his like the post prison albums, and I never really like giving them too much of a shot, and I've really been liking them. They're really cool and interesting, kind of getting back into the groove of things, but doing it a little bit differently as well, and so that was cool. We've got C here, just a bunch of Charlie albums, and I set up they don't have the original covers, obviously. I wanted them to kind of look like this. It's kind of satisfying to have them, but all my just so many great Charlie albums here, just all the good ones set up as the Brat thing now. But I kind of liked them like color coded like this, although it was just really satisfying, and I like the original covers too. But it was just cool to have them like this. And these are just like my favorite projects. Obviously, don't have Sucker on here because I just do not. I'm not going to listen to Sucker, and but I love all of these projects here. Just my favorite pop artist, and just love her so much, and just had to have her stuff on here. And it's just like so satisfying to just have these 8 albums and EPs here. It's just like really great. But going to the D now, we've got Sunbather by Def Heaven, just one of my favorites. Like I'm just thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be going sunbathing and stuff, and it's an album I listen to when I'm sunbathing, honestly, and just a really great album. I really like that album, and I'll be using my iPod probably to do sunbathing and stuff. This coming up into the next sunbathing season. Just a few months away now still, but going in here, we got a bunch of Death Grips. Most of Death Grip stuff is on here. You can get their stuff for free online, download it. Bottomless Pit, ex-military, but yeah, I'm not going to go through all of them. If you're familiar with their discography, I just did a tier list on them, and just all other stuff. Oh, I'm going to have to block that out, the wiener there. It's unfiltered, uncensored, but Yeah, a bunch of Death Grips. Just I could get it for free online, so I might as well have them on here. And I just, there's always a time. I just always love listening to their stuff. I can always be in a mood for one of the Death Grips projects. That's for sure. Next we've got Delaware's Prada Plagues. I really love this album cover. It's just and I just love this album. It's really just fun metalcore that I really got into when I was a kid in like sixth grade. I just uploaded the CD to here, and then I changed the album artwork because the album artwork is different on the CD that I have. And then we've got Dissection. This is another I've been coming back and just like hadn't really been into them in the past. But I remembered like going. I just wanted to give people another chance, and then just like people really rave about this album, Storm to the Light's Bane. Really solid. Kind of like black and death metal, melodic death metal. Um, I think they're from Sweden. But it was just kind of like a big deal of an album from the '90s, and it was like big for just like melodic death metal and just like and stuff around that time. So it's a really solid album. I've been enjoying listening to that quite a lot. And then we've got Dusk. All their both of their first two albums, Dusk and Majestic Thou and Ruin. Great uh, death doom band from the '90s. Only released like those two things, but yeah, just really solid stuff, and I like the album artwork there. We've got Dying Fetus, Killing on Adrenaline. That reminds me of this time of years. That's when I kind of was listening to them when I was getting into more like extreme metal, I guess, and I just like wanted to have some like brutal death metal on here, and it was like my introduction to that genre back in the day, and I just really still like the sound on it. I've been listening to that quite a lot, and it's my favorite album by them. Going into E, we've got Emperor. It's two Emperor albums, the essential Emperor albums, I'd say, and then Nightside Eclipse and Anthems to the Wake. At Dusk, Vulcan at Dusk. Sorry, fucked up, but I really like both of these albums. I've never like was never like when I first got into black metal. I didn't really pay too much attention to Emperor. I didn't really like the sound that much, but it's really grown on me, and I've been listening to them quite a lot. I've been listening to these albums a good amount in the recent months, and really like having them on here, and they're just like classics and really cool stuff. And I've got some Immortal, more new Norwegian black metal here. More of like I used to really be into their early stuff, and that's the stuff I really used to listen to by them. But then I've been opening up and like trying to get more into their discography, and I'm just like figuring out that like Immortal's probably one of my favorite metal bands in general. Definitely black metal bands, but just like a metal band in general, like of all time. Like they just have all of their music is just so good. It's really incredible, but um, I just never like at first I didn't really like the mixture of like thrash metal that they started doing in the Abath era of Immortal, like when they did this at the Heart of Winter, which is looked at as their just like masterpiece. But I just didn't like it much at first, but then like coming back to it like years later, I've really been enjoying it and appreciating it. And then we had Blizzard Beast, which was still part of the Demonaz era, but the early stuff. But there's just like their classic kind of just like heavier, just like faster stuff that they kind of were doing ever since like Pure Holocaust. They went to um, Battles in the North. That was really heavy and fast, and then this one is like really heavy and fast as well. But then we've got two more from the Abath era that I've been listening to these a lot, and especially Son to the Northern Darkness. That is, oh my god, it's just like there's a song on here. The first song, One by One, was actually on Tony Hawk's Project 8 that I used to love so much, love that game so much, and it was just like this is one of like the first black metal songs I ever heard in my life, and I just really fucking it's just like special to me, and I'm just really loving that album. Just really just like I used to just like be so like close minded to like, oh, it just needs to be like the old school black metal. This one thing I'm like really here, but this like I don't know, it's just been so good. Just really been digging more into this, and then Damned in Black that came out in 2000. That was a really solid one too. And I really like those albums a lot. I've been listening to them a lot. I've just been listening to Immortal a lot. I've just been so excited about them. But not going to go too much more of a tangent there. But going down into J here, we've got JPEG Mafia. Just got a bunch of his stuff on here. Got like 6 of his projects, some of my favorites by him. And yeah, I just wanted to have those on here. It's always I can always be down to listen to some Peggy as well. And then we've got some Judas Iscariot, some more black metal on here. The two that I've been listening to the most this year, Heaven and Flames, and the Dethroned, Conquered, and Abandoned, or is that what it is? And Forgotten EP from 2000 or 99 or something like that, interchanged. But really solid black metal there. And going to Decay, we've got Kendrick Lamar, we've got Damn and Mr. Morale, two my favorite albums by him. We've got Kim Gordon and Collectives on my favorite albums of the year list. And then we've got Korn, See You on the Other Side. I've really been loving this, honestly. Like, I'm a fan of like early Korn, and like a lot of Korn people are like, oh, this is not very Korn. This is very like a more poppy Korn, but I really like this album, and this is one of like the first albums that people said like a big gateway for them for like getting into Korn and just like metal music in general was Twisted Transistors. It was like a radio hit kind of. But I used to listen to the song "Coming Undone" a lot when I was a kid. I had that on my iPod when I was a kid. But this whole album is just so good. It's just like so fun to listen to. I've really been enjoying it, and I just get excited. I just keep on. I'm wanting to listen to it right now. Honestly, it's really really solid album, and just excited about that one. And I really like Korn's early stuff too. Like I love their self-titled. Self-titled and this album are probably my favorite by them, I'd say. Really, really good stuff and just like fun and really enjoying listening to that. Into L here, we've got Lamb of God, New American Gospel, their first full-length album, the only album I really care that much about. Their first three albums are pretty solid, but just really just like great like groove metal kind of death metal-ish sounding, but it's groove metal from the like late 90s, early 2000s. That scene was coming in, and they're actually from my hometown of Richmond, and this album I just really like putting on a lot. It reminds me of 2015 when I was listening to them a lot and just listening to this album a lot when I was getting back more into metal music again. And then we have this kind of EP here called Coma Garden by Life, just like a really straight up like great screamo album that I really really like a lot. So I just wanted to throw that on here. And we got some M stuff. Got Mainland Veil, great like EBM album, and then Malthusian Across Death, which is kind of like claustrophobic like death metal, kind of like reminiscent to like Portal and stuff like that. It was pretty solid. And then we have Nails. We got the two first Nails albums are just like so heavy and brutal, and just like I want to have them on here, so I'm probably gonna be taking this to like the gym and stuff. These are perfect albums to listen to in the gym, and it'd be great to have this with me to do that. And then we're going into P. We got some Playboy Cardi here. Probably one of my favorite trap artists, modern hip hop artists. Honestly, I just really his music is so hypnotic and like addicting, and it's just so fun. I just like he's like the one artist that has like stuck out to me when I like started looking into like trap music and stuff. And I really like his music. It's so fun. Then we got Position Parallel, like my fourth favorite album of the year, third, something like that. I think it was the fourth favorite album of the year of this 2024. It's just like such a great synth pop album and just like amazing stuff. It's super fun. Um, then we're going to S. We've got Satyricon. It's another like black metal band that I didn't really pay too much attention to until recently, and I've really been liking this Nemesis Divina album. And then we've got the most hated Slayer album when they experimented with some new metal, and I just fuck with it, man, because like there is a song called Love to Hate on here that I had on my iPod when I was a kid as well, and it was like the first Slayer song I really knew, and then like Raining Blood and stuff, obviously, but this I really fuck with this album, bro. I like the album artwork, and I like that they experimented with some new metals. I'm a fan of new metal. Like hate on new metal as much as you want to. Like metal people, like elite metal people hate on new metal all the time, but and metalcore for that. But I love that stuff, and I'm happy they experimented with new metal on here, and they have like some new metal stuff mixed in, but they still have their old sound, like their old just like kind of like speedy, thrashy stuff, and I just really like that a lot, and it's just a cool kind of like mix album, just like good to have stuff on here, and I really dig it. Then we got all the Smiths albums, just have to have them. I fucking love the Smiths albums. They're just so fucking good and just so fun. We've got Soul Glow's third EP on here. Is really like my favorite, one of my favorites by them. Really solid like screamo and like hip hop mixed there. It's pretty fun stuff. Cool band. Sue Saloon, Screamo, Riala, my favorite Screamo album of all time. Love that album. T, we've got Thine Eyes Bleed. It's just kind of like this groovy kind of death metal band from the 2000s, and I actually had to get the CD for this because it was like $4 online, like a used one, and because it's just not available for on streaming and stuff, and I just wanted to have a copy of it, and it's really solid album. There's this song Without Warning was on Tony Hawk's Project 8 as well, the video game, and this whole album just is just solid, and I just really liked having it, and just one of the first like kind of like death metal songs I really ever got into when I was a kid. Then we've got Thursday, War of the Time, which has been a big album for me recently. I just fucking love this album. I've been listening to it a lot, and Thursday is just really solid and just super fun, post-hardcore, and I'm happy I've kind of fallen in love with this album. And we got You here, we got Overs Brugtat, another album that I wasn't that into when I first started getting into black metal, and then I've just like really started to enjoy it in like the recent while. And really just great. It's folk mixed with black metal, and just it's just a really great album, and I love the album artwork on that album as well. Really solid stuff. Then we've got some Under Oath albums on here. So I just like recently found out that Under Oath like did like an album, like this second album of theirs called Cries of the Past. It's very interesting. It's like metalcore, but it's mixed with like very highly influenced by death and black metal, and it's really just really neat. I just didn't really know they like made an album like that, and it's really good, and I've been listening to that quite a lot. It's been pulling me back a lot. But I've also got their just like straight up kind of like their metalcore, like poppier metalcore album that released in like 2006, I think, something like that. There's kind of some like a fan favorite, and then they've got like their kind of like post-hardcore album here. So I just like have some Under Oath on here. They're just a pretty cool band, and as you can see, I kind of wanted to keep things like even here. I like all the albums like sitting evenly, so I just wanted to have all the space filled up. But the last two albums on here, I've got Yeats, my two favorite Yeat albums. 2093 that came out this year is my third favorite album of the year. And then Afterlife that came out last year, 2023, and it's one of my favorites. Just like another like kind of trap artist I really think about listening to. Like when I listen to trap music, it's like the psychedelic trap that like Yeat and Playboi Carti. Like those are the only two I really give that much of a shit about. So, but yeah, that's all I've got really here on my iPod. Just wanted to kind of go through that, and that was kind of fun. I've just really been enjoying having my iPod here, and it's just fun to have it here. And I've just been really enjoying listening to music on it. And yeah, I think that's kind of all we have to do here. Thanks for watching this. Let me know what you think of the music on here. Do you like any of the stuff that's on here? And let me know if you guys still have your iPods, or if you're like interested in getting another iPod and getting some digital music put on your stuff. And yeah, I'll end up the video how I always do here. Just please support my friends here on the side if you can. Links in the description. And thank you guys for watching today. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.